I'm Adam Antshell for Pro Football Weekly, along with senior editor Eric Edholm. We're taking a look at the different quarterback situations around the league that need some help. Right now, we're looking at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, we know they had Alex Smith last year, somewhat of a, I don't even think somewhat, a bust overall as the #1 pick a few years ago. They drafted Colin Kaepernick in the second round this year. We saw Troy Smith get some starts. What are they going to do here? Is Alex Smith even coming back?
You know, I think the fact that they made some overtures before the draft and really expressed their desire to have him back, you know, when you sort of step back and look, Alex Smith has not been awful. You know, he's made strides. You know, he missed that one season a couple years ago, but his touchdown-interception ratio has always been positive, always more TDs than picks. I think that's a good start. He's made very small incremental progress each year. And I think Jim Harbaugh knows that. He looks at it and says, look, this is still a young guy, still in his 20s, still has some room to grow perhaps. He came from that spread offense, never developed. Let's draft a guy in Colin Kaepernick and hopefully convince Alex Smith to come back and get a year starting out of him.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. You look, and Smith's numbers really aren't that bad. He had a rating in the 80s the last couple of years, but don't you feel like he would want to get out of there? Like, it's been such a, you know, kind of a disaster in the years he's been there. He's never really earned the job. He's been given it to him, and he loses it, and then he loses it again, he gets it back. Just get out and start somewhere new. There's plenty of teams that still need a quarterback.
There's nothing heroic to him with the fans. I mean, they've moved on mentally from this guy. It's almost like they play the same game every year. Alex Smith is starting for us again. You know, haven't we, you know, ridden ourselves with this guy? And yet you look, and there are far worse quarterbacks out there than Alex Smith who are starting in the NFL. So, look, I know it's not the most ideal situation, and I'm one of the people who probably believes that Colin Kaepernick is not that far off. But wouldn't you like the insurance of having a veteran, especially in a lockout offseason? He could pick that offense up pretty quickly. Colin Kaepernick switching from a pistol offense, kind of a read options scheme at Nevada. I just don't think he's going to absorb an NFL offense in 3 weeks or whatever, so why not have some?
Yeah, I mean, I think the good thing is you do have Jim Harbaugh there. I mean, he's a quarterback guru or whatever you want to call him. He did wonders with Andrew Luck. But can you get Colin Kaepernick up to speed that quickly?
I think that's going to be the issue. You know, and Kaepernick's a smart kid. He's willing to learn. He'll put the time in. I'm sure he's found a way to get a playbook and start absorbing whatever he can. But again, we have to think about the transformation of a rookie to the NFL, and I just don't see it happening that quickly, and I think he probably might be ready by midseason.
So if we say Alex Smith bolts, and we're just throwing that out there and making it up essentially, and Colin Kaepernick isn't the guy to start week 1, do you see another fit that might be good for the Niners?
Well, I mean, we still forget they've got David Carr, they've got Troy Smith on the roster. Those guys have both started games in the NFL, so in theory,
a good fit.
Yeah, I know, right. Well, that's true. But, I mean, you've got guys that, in theory, you coach them up, you got the good running game, you spent 2 draft picks on offensive linemen. Situation isn't horrible. I'd like to throw to Michael Crabtree, Vernon Davis, some other good young receivers there. So you could go with one of those guys and not be in terrible, terrible shape.
I mean, they're putting their trust in Jim Harbaugh. You figure that he knows best, so one way or another, hopefully, for Niners fans, he'll figure it out. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do they bring Alex Smith back? Do you just throw Kaepernick in there, or one of those other guys we talked about, David Carr or Troy Smith, the answer? Let us know. Go to our Facebook page or go to Twitter and give us your opinion. As always, you can check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.